Good morning from Cafayate. It is very windy today. There are leaves and dust flying all over, and we are leaving Cafayate this morning from a hostel Kalpa behind me, to Cachi. And this is going to be a very scenic road, and we are going to make a stop during this trip on a very special place. There's the other gentleman, which we will show you. So follow us. After about 30 kilometers from Cafayate, there's no pavement anymore on the road, so we will have to drive all the way to Cachi, which is about 130 kilometers on this kind of road. So there's going to be a lot of dust and no high speed. How's the driving?
You have to really concentrate on the driving because there are a lot of stones on the road, and the car rental company warned us. We counted all the little scratches which were already outside on the car, marked them on the paper, and for each new one you have to pay. So let's see. Should have a 4-wheel drive actually, maybe for this car, for the street. Wait. That's fun. Alright.
Issue with a car in front of us that had a flat tire. That happens regularly here, but he's getting help soon. And we met some guys from Zug in Switzerland
and just got sandblasted.
So let's move on.
So we have arrived at the vineyard or Bodega Colomé, which is the oldest one, and it's founded by a Swiss guy named Hess. And they are totally away from everything, 20 kilometers away from the road, from Molinos. It's a dirt road, and totally independent. Everything is ecological. They have solar panels. And I'm not wearing a seatbelt. And we had to make a reservation also to come here. And there's going to be a tour at 3. And we have to go to the left side to the visitors center. So we are very excited how this is going to be. Maybe we're the only visitors. So we have just arrived in the restaurant, and of course, first thing happens, a dog is coming to Marty. And this Weimar dog, which is actually very, very beautiful, has blue eyes. And he was out there and he could open the door alone and come in just like a human. Very smart dog. So for dessert we have a dulce leche ice cream and a Toronto's ice cream. So the Toronto's is a grape which is mainly grown and harvested here. It has a very sweet aroma in the nose, but the taste is actually very dry. So that's why it's very popular since a few years to accompany sushi and fish, and in Japan it becomes really a popular wine. And
somebody likes you.
I have an ice cream cold in the front, and I have a back warmer here, so the dog is actually sitting behind me. Hello. He needs love.
Don't we all?
So now after a delicious lunch at the vineyard of Colomé, which is actually one of the highest it is actually the highest vineyard in the world. We are at 2,200 meters actually. Thank you for correcting me, Marty. Above the sea level. That's why we also put our jackets on. It's got a little bit cold. And this vineyard is very special because they have the oldest vine in the world. Because the plants were brought here by Spanish people from France over 100 years ago, and all the European wine actually got killed by a disease called
Phylloxera.
So these are still the original Malbec plants, and there's also a big sign there saying that you're not allowed to walk through the vineyards or through the plants here, because that's what many people would like to do and take pictures, etc. Because underneath your shoes you can have viruses and bacteria, and they're really afraid that they will lose these plants. And over there, just a truck is driving by with leftovers from the wine production. That's actually the base to make a nice grappa. There's the James Turrell Museum, and James Turrell is a light artist, and there are 7 artworks shown here in this beautiful museum in the middle of nowhere. And there were more people supposed to come, and they didn't show up, so we have a private tour now through the museum.
So we just got out from the James Turrell Museum, and it's really a very special experience. If you ever if you're ever in this area,
if you're 100 kilometers away,
you must come and see it. It's about 7 or 8 works. 7 works of James Turrell, and there's one called Spread, which is
almost made me cry.
It's very, very touching, and it's all light installations. So we're not allowed to take pictures, so there's no footage, no pictures from it. We will
look on the internet, and if I find something, I will incorporate it into this movie.
Yeah. So this is the Colomé Estancia, and the museum is just behind me, in the vineyards, in the middle of nowhere, in the Salta province in Argentina. So now, let's head to Cachi, our next destination.
So it's very windy, but maybe you can see that the farmers there are drying the red peppers, and we saw so many carpets of these red peppers already. It's very impressive.
So we've arrived in Cachi. Cachi is in the valley of the Cachi. Here live the Cachi people, and they make It's a local traditional dish. Sorry to interrupt you, Marty. They're preparing here, so it's they barbecue these bread pieces. She's just preparing it, and then they put ghost cheese inside. I have to move because there's a car behind me. You have to turn right. So this is the city center of Cachi, and we are going to go to a hostel next left, which is around the corner.
Nice, beautiful.
We checked in our little hostel. This is really a hostel. It has common bunk beds and a nice little courtyard, a lot of art in the walls, and this is the room we have. This is how it looks like. It's kind of artsy, has a closed window at the back, a little bathroom.
A private bathroom.
A private bathroom, so we don't have a bunk bed. But there's 3 of these rooms, 2 with bath and 1 without bath. So this is the city center of Cachi. This is really sweet. A little, as they call town, but this is more like a big village for us. It has a central square behind me and a lot of little bars and restaurants and little guest houses. And if you come here, you should definitely stay 2 nights at least, 2 or 3 nights. We're just staying 1 night, heading forward with our road trip back after that. But yeah, let's have a glass and
something. And there's supposed to be, you won't believe it, in Argentina, there's supposed to be a vegetarian restaurant in this lost village, and we're gonna try it tonight. So let's see how that's gonna be. And look who we found here. What do you think? Guess who this is? Of course, Jose San Martin, like in every Argentinian city. But this time it's a golden one.
This is a golden San Martin.
One.
San Martin everywhere. As you can see, we are now again wearing long pants and down jackets. We are at 2,200 meters above sea level, so it's really warm, hot during the day, and it gets really cold during the night. So these temperature differences here are about 20 degrees between the day temperature and the night temperature.
So unfortunately, the vegetarian restaurant was closed today.
The other
or
man's
tonight.
choice is the other man's treasure.
Yes, and actually it's the only night which it was closed this year so far. They were saying to us
was injured.
some emergency thing happened, and this is now also a local specialty which is called locro, which Smart is eating. It's like a stew.
Yeah.
So how does it taste?
Mice and
Beans.
corn and beans and sausage and meat.
And how does it taste?
I haven't tried it yet.
Try it. It's a specialty of the house. So Marty is currently again collecting new friends. Very sweet dog here. And we had dinner in this restaurant behind me. The local dish, locro, unfortunately was not of a very good quality. But it doesn't really matter. We had such a fantastic day at this bodega or the Estancia Colomé with these fantastic red wines and this really amazing Turrell Museum with all these light installations. And tomorrow we're going to continue with our road trip. So thank you very much for watching again this episode. Keep following our social channels. The links are below in the comment box. And safe travels for you. Have a nice time wherever you are. Good night.